Hello my gorgeous peopleini, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your special readings when it comes to the actual month of May 2022. What do you need to know right now? Which aspect of your life, according to your zodiac sign, it's actually going to be the most prominent and the most important when it comes to the actual month of May 2022. So this reading is all about what do you need to know right now, and this reading is most importantly and most certainly going to be individually time-stamped, which means that you can very easy find your sign by scrolling at the bottom of the screen, or you can just check within the description box and you can click on the actual timing next to your sign and you can get to your sign that way as well. So now I'm going to start with my gorgeous Aries, my beautiful Arinis. When it comes to the month of May 2022, you're gonna have this moment when you're gonna get this really like, oh my god, such an important message. And the message that I'm talking about, it's almost instantly, almost immediately, it's going to inspire you and it's going to elevate you very much so at that moment in time. So that in itself, it's going to increase your vibration and make you feel so much better about yourself, about your life, about things that you achieved almost instantly, which is important when we are going through things like this. It's an important moment in time because you are gonna be able to find this really kind of really important and very useful right now. So it's all about you getting a very important message, and the message that you are going to get, it's also going to come from someone who is a pretty much so prominent person in your life, in particular, specifically when it comes to them being consistent in your life. So somebody who is like rather consistent in your life is going to have a connection with this message that you are going to have, and the message is going to also, it's all going to point towards the specific part of your life that you need to invest towards. It's going to reveal the very special, very powerful part of your life that you need to invest towards. This is why this is going to be so important, and also you will be having a few different choices. So this is why this is so important for you to understand. As soon as you open your mind, as soon as you kind of like really pretty much so start focusing on this kind of investment in your life, you're also at the same time, you are gonna start like basically making things happen at that moment in time instantly, honestly. And then along the line, you see by the end of the actual May, there are a few different choices that you're gonna be able to actually have out of it. But these few different choices, they're not gonna become obvious almost immediately. First of all, it's just gonna be connected to the specific part of your life that you will know. It's like towards, you will know that this is the part of your life that you really need to invest towards, you know, in so many different ways. I'm not only talking about financial investment, I'm talking about your energy. I'm talking about you just taking this on and just getting on with it, because this is important and it is going to really change priorities at the same time. So by the time you get to the end of the actual May, there are quite a few different choices that you're going to have out of it, but you're not going to be aware of these few different choices almost immediately. You just have to, you must, most certainly, most importantly, my gorgeous Arini, you must start this process. Okay, and also what you also need to remember, there it's no need to fear whatsoever. You know, remember how powerful you are. Okay, this is something I need you to remember. No need to fear, my gorgeous Erini, because, you know, it is just when you become aware of this, you know, this investment, you know, there's still going to be elements, you know, around you that are going to kind of make you think, oh, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, and things like that. But you just must trust yourself. You have to trust your intuition. Okay, so it's like no need to fear, and remember, my gorgeous Erini, how powerful you are. The next sign that I'm going to be having a special message for, it's going to be my gorgeous Taurus, my beautiful Taurini. Oh my lordy lord, you know, it's all about an important departure that is going to take place. It is departure. When I say departure, it's about a very special spiritual journey that you are going to find yourself. So when I say departure, I mean a very special, very beautiful spiritual journey that you are going to find yourself at this month. This is all about your own personal advancement, but it is going to be towards the actual unknown, the part of your life that you haven't got an experience with whatsoever. It's going to become rather delicious. It's going to become rather attractive to you in so many different ways. But you just, again, you have to trust your intuition. You need to understand that the things come to us not just completely out of the blue. They come to us because they're meant to come at the most certainly kind of like a right time of our lives. So this is important for you, my gorgeous Taurini, to most certainly remember. So it's all about the actual advancement, you know, into the unknown, but at the same time, you know, this is gonna give you so much to kind of like think about. It is just gonna motivate you. It's gonna bring your determination also, like kind of like it's gonna bring up determination within you. And you know when this is going to happen, this moment, like advancement into the unknown, when you least expected, this is something that I wanted to mention. When you least expected, this is going to come to you. Whether you're gonna just wake up in the morning and suddenly you're gonna have an urge, you're going to have a certain wish, something on your mind that is going to be impossible to ignore, or whether you're just going to be like kind of like maybe meditating a little bit, praying a little bit, saying a little affirmation, you know, and then suddenly just something comes to you. Because this is the time when we are quite rather enlightened, you know, when we are like kind of saying certain affirmation, when we are saying certain prayer, when we are like kind of meditating, you know, these are very kind of sacred stages in our lives where we allow our subconscious mind to like go so much further. So therefore we are able to kind of see so much further without even realizing. So that's why, you know, this is going to come from somewhere else when you completely unexpectedly, my gorgeous Taurini. So it's important to mention this, okay? So it's all up. So this departure and advancement and the spiritual journey and advancement into the unknown, suddenly it's going to come to you what this is, how you're going to do this. It's not going to become obvious almost immediately, but these feelings and emotions that you're going to have about this is going to be completely undeniable, okay? And almost instantly you're going to start kind of planning and thinking, and this is the vibration that you must not ignore whatsoever, okay? It's like a basically at the same time, my gorgeous Taurinis, you know, you will realize how much you actually change, you know, and you will realize that the lots of conditioning is also about to kind of fall away at the same time. Certain memory will no longer be able to define you. Just remember this, my gorgeous Taurinis, because this is going to be quite important. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Gemini, my beautiful Geminini. Oh my Lord, you just need to understand that there is a lot going to be going on this month. But also what I want you to say, you are going to find at certain point this month, you know, you are going to find yourself really extremely ridiculously busy. Suddenly it's going to be like boom boom boom, like so much is going to be happening, so much is going to be going on, so much is going to be on your mind, and it's going to be absolutely crazy, but in the best possible way. I like it because that in itself, it's really going to remind you how things used to be, and these specific things that you're going to be thinking about are also going to be playing an absolutely giant role in your life in terms of determination and motivation. What I was going to say, my gorgeous Geminini, when you find yourself being completely ridiculously busy, a lot is going to be on your mind. You are going to have a moment when you're going to think, oh my God, that you have done something wrong in terms of maybe making a certain choice, or you've done something wrong, maybe like you made the wrong turn and things like that. But the bottom line is, you're just going to find yourself on your current path, and you're just going to be questioning yourself, am I doing the right thing, or maybe this is not right, oh I've done this, or I've done that. Everything is going to get back to you and you are going to be absolutely fine, but this is a little bit of stress that you are going to be going through. And so my point is that at certain point this month in May, that's how you're going to feel. On one hand, a lot is going to be happening, but then on another hand, you know, you are also going to be really busy, but you're going to be kind of, it's going to be required more from you and more from you and more from you, and then you're going to find yourself like, oh my God, I don't know if I did the right thing. You did absolutely right thing. You did what you had to do, but you have to break through this rather thick door, and this rather thick door are happening right now. Because what I was going to say to you, when you know that, oh my God, things are getting a little bit too much, this is the time. This is a very sacred time for you to understand that this is exactly the time to actually do complete opposite. Focus, 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 just keep going, and trust me, this is actually a really, really good sign that you are going to have, because there is going to be a mind-blowing opportunity that it's actually going to come out of it, and it's going to happen within the next few days. And before that happens, there are also going to be numbers repeating: 777, 333, 222, and 111. These numbers are going to be repeating few days after this moment in time, and you will know as soon as these numbers are repeating that there is an absolutely mind-blowing opportunity coming to you, that is for it's gonna be help you so much to prove your point to yourself, but also to prove your point to other people around you who were maybe kind of doubting you about this area in your life. Also, what is going to happen, you are through your own focus, and determination, you will also become aware of the certain deception, and that deception is going to be brilliant, because it's only again going to confirm things to you, and it's going to happen at the moment in time when this is going to be your proof that you really want to really move on with your life and go this particular direction. So you're also going to become aware of the deception that most certainly and most importantly you should be avoiding. Remember this, my gorgeous Gemini. Believe, okay? Believe. You are going to have a very strange encounter. Remember, my gorgeous Gemini, you are going to have a very strange and unusual encounter. When that happens, what you need to remember is believe. That's what you need to remember. Believe, okay? Very important indeed. So the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Cancer. My beautiful Cancerini, like, oh my Lord, this, oh gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Sorry, my gorgeous Cancerini, basically, this May, there are gonna be very important new possibilities that you are gonna become aware of. At the same time, there are, these new possibilities that you're gonna become aware of. They are not just any new possibilities. It's to do with you being stuck with certain part of your life and not giving your 1000% of what yourself that you could be giving to this specific part of your life, which is exactly what you should be doing. So this is what am I saying? It's to do with your path. It's to do with things that you're working on. It's to do with things that you are focusing on, but you're not 100% happy. You're not 100% excited. You're not 100% giving of yourself that you could be giving in this moment in time. The more you give of yourself, the more you're going to get back. This is why this is so important, and it's rather connected to an integral part of our spiritual journey indeed. So it's about becoming aware of the new possibilities, and also these new possibilities are going to be connected to the actual new relationships. This is then going to be an important moment in time, because suddenly you're going to realize how much you've changed, because you are going to become aware of the new approach when it comes to the actual rather old problem that was connected to this, and it was still kind of slowing you down. So this is pretty much so coming from a new knowledge, and quite while you have been prepared for this moment in time, and this is going to really show how powerful you are, but it's going to show you how you must really kind of do your own thing. This life, it's ours to live, and it's also you're going to get the most out of this life if you are 1,000,000% yourself. I'm not saying that you weren't 1,000,000% yourself, but if you're slowing yourself with your project, or if you are taking some kind of other consideration when it comes to your personal life, other consideration of things that have been happening, this is when you need to kind of find a way you kind of are going to have a little bit of limit in between, a bit of a border. You need to draw the line here. This is very important moment in time, because you will realize that you kind of staying true to yourself brought you to this moment in time, but it's also going to show how resilient, how powerful, and how resilient you actually are. This is remarkable, because this is also, these new possibilities that are not even going to seem as huge like at this moment in time, but something is just going to trigger within you. You're not going to be able to ignore this whatsoever, because subconsciously you will know, you're going to be well aware of the fact that there is so much more behind it. By the time you get to the last week of May, the last 7 days of May, there is a lot going to be answered to you in terms of the actual two very important and specific directions that are going to be manifesting. Absolutely fantastic. And when you're thinking about these two directions that are going to be manifesting for you, at the very end of May, there is no way that this would even cross your mind, that there is no way that you would even think about it for a second, let alone, to kind of be aware of this, that this is actually going to happen. So this is really good, but you also have to trust yourself when it comes to you, like, oh my God, what should be the next step? Because that's exactly how you're going to feel, and that's exactly how all this is going to start, Just remember, you're going to find yourself being very, very curious, even more curious than you could possibly imagine, and that in itself is going to make you to discover something very important. Once you become aware of this discovery, it's also going to be connected to the certain inquiry that you are going to have, and this in itself, it's all going to come through your own curiosity. So when you feel curious, explore. When you want to find out about something throughout the month of May, explore. When something is like kind of calling you like so passionately, explore, because this is about you finding your path again when it comes to your own passion and just moving on with your life. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Leo, my beautiful Leonis. This is a very special message from May 2022. Can I tell you something? It's all about a release from bondage, It's all going to start with an important beginning of understanding in between you and someone else this May. So it's all going to start with the beginning of an understanding in between you and someone else. This means to you so much, and you will not even realize how much this actually affected you until you reach this moment in time. So this is very, very important. So let me tell you that this month, it's all going to start with a sudden and finally, a beginning of understanding in between you and someone else. This in itself is going to mean to you so much. It's going to open your eyes. It's going to kind of make you kind of like, it's going to give you the opportunity to move on, because this was like really something was still so much holding you back. And I'm sorry, my gorgeous Leone, but it must have been a pretty much so very hard and very heavy misunderstanding with someone. And this didn't happen that long ago, but it just affected you like there is no tomorrow. So this means to you so much. So it's going to be keep on kind of repeating in your life until you release that energy, and this is all down to you. So it's all going to start with the beginning of understanding in between you and someone else, and this is going to lead towards a release from the bondage that I was talking about. But also it's going to start first step when it comes to a reach towards enlightenment, because what, you're learning a very, very special and powerful message here at the same time. You have learned something through this process. You have learned something through this experience. So this is what am I talking about. At the same time, my gorgeous Leones, there is going to be a little bit of disappointment that you're all going to have as well. Within a few days after that moment in time, there is going to be a little bit of disappointment, but this is going to kind of come to you in terms of your own success. And you kind of expected at this moment in time to be on a much kind of a more elevated level. But please let not that slow you down, because this disappointment is the part of the process, is the part of the journey. It's only going to really kind of like trigger you even more, push you to even more towards the right direction, but it's going to be absolutely wonderful for your own determination. At some moment in time, you will just feel like a little bit disappointed with a certain progress of your life, the way it was kind of like it still didn't happen what you want to happen at this moment in time. But let that not disappoint you, because this disappointment, it's actually a really, really good sign, because it's clearly going to show you at that moment in time which part of your life do you need to cut out, and which part of your life do you really pretty much so you need to pay attention to. It's taking over. It's going to require a very important adjustment from you to make, because what is going to change at this moment in time is just basically the way you view things. That's not going to change completely, but it's just that the priorities are just going to change a little bit. This is important because it's all going to lead towards a very kind of interesting opportunity at the end of the actual month. And the interesting opportunity is going to allow you to kind of make a certain journey. It's to do with a little journey, and to make a certain journey at the time when you want to make the certain journey, not when someone else wants you to make a certain journey. I think it's all going to be pretty obvious by the end of the actual May 2022. What you also need to remember just it's all about keeping up and keeping up, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed, because this is requiring immense effort. I know it sounds like, oh my god, but please, this is to do with the path that you are on, with what you're working on, with what you want to achieve, in terms of, like, you know, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's a work, if it's a career, if you're retired, you know, this means to you so much, but it's something that you have been working on, and something that you really need to kind of also take on the next level, next stage of your life. So it's all about keeping up, you know, and understanding that, you know, after that disappointment, there is an absolutely immense effort going to become obvious, but that immense effort is directly going to be responsible when it comes to you advancing your life and being able to do what you wanted to do for such a long time. Okay, very important indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Virgo. My gorgeous Virgolini, it's like, oh my god, you are going to have such an interesting moment when it comes to May. I've got my moments. 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 Raise your vibration, my gorgeous Virgolini. You are gonna have such an important moment when it comes to May, and it's all about, like, pretty much, so it's all gonna start with a very good news, very important news, how much kind of like how much you've changed. This good news is going to open your eyes, it's going to make you aware how much you've changed in terms of the actual achievement. It's gonna happen at a time when you kind of least expect it, but it's also going to provide you with so many solutions, so many possibilities, and so many choices, that this is going to be really important moment in your time. But it's also, so it's all gonna start with you becoming aware of, like, you know, of your own achievement, and it's gonna make you feel so good about yourself, and it's gonna confirm exactly which direction do you need to take, what the next step is going to be, what the next stage is going to be, and that in itself is going to start the process of you being very creative, very kind of like energetic, very optimistic. And the more creative you are, the more energy you are going to have. The more optimistic you are, the more creative you are. Your passion is your power. Your power is your passion. Just remember this, my gorgeous Virgolini. So it's all about you feeling this wonderful creativity, because this is going to mean to you so much, because through this you're also going to understand that you have been doing things right, even at the time when everybody was saying, oh no, what are you doing, what are you saying, you didn't say this right, you didn't do this right, oh no, why are you saying this, it doesn't make sense. You know, you've been through a lot of this because you were doing things in your own way, and at the time when just maybe a few different people were telling you otherwise, you know, it affected you in a way. What if I was wrong, you know, type of thing. No baby, no, you were never wrong. You are rarely wrong, because you're very open, you're very powerful when it comes to your spirituality. So just remember this in itself. This is why you're going to feel so creative, because you know that you did the right things, you were doing the right things, and that is going to really make you feel, it's going to increase your willpower, it's going to increase your self-confidence, you know, but at the same time it's also going to make you feel very spontaneous, you know. And this is brilliant, the combination of having the combination of the actual willpower, self-confidence, and being like a pretty much so spontaneous. It's like a one big mama that we are talking about. So remember this, the combination of this energy. So first of all, you're gonna get this, you will become aware of the part of your life that it's gonna make you feel so much good about yourself, because you will know that you were doing the right things, you were made the right choices, and this is going to become a very strong part of your own direction. So this is going to be the moment when you're going to feel like, oh yeah baby, and it's going to make you feel so good about yourself, because at the same time you're going to become aware of the actual ultimate change subconsciously, you know, and this is going to be driving you forward. So you're going to feel very spontaneous. So the combination of energy like self-confidence, willpower, and spontaneity spontaneous. It's like, oh my God, you're gonna grow like a beautiful angel wings and you're gonna fly like a big baby. Do you know? No, it's just so important because you're gonna start elevating at this moment in time, and this is the part of your life that is going to bring you strength, an important strength, you know, because on one hand, you know, you will basically, it's gonna give you the strength when it comes to the future planning, because it's still connected to the big step that you're gonna become aware of, that you are aware of, that you want to make, but you're only waiting for the right time. So by the time you get to the last 11 days of May, within the last 11 days of May, there's going to be really powerful and really big revelation that you're going to have. But because you gained a very powerful spiritual strength through this situation, that in itself is going to seem different, and at the same time you will become aware of the exact advancement that this is going to take you. Before you weren't, but now you will become aware of the exact advancement where this is going to take you, and there is going to be a very interesting sense of timing. So the last 11 days in the actual May, it's also bringing you a really wonderful opportunity to do something much quicker, to do something much sooner. This is brilliant. It's what you wanted to do for a while, but then again at the same time, this is really going to surprise you so much. You know, it is going to remind you, you know, who in the world you are, my gorgeous Virgolini. But at the same time, it's going to help you to know, to get to know the new you. Okay, this is going to help you to know, you know, this is going to help you to get to know the new you, my gorgeous Virgolini. So this is why this is so important, because, you know, you deserve this. You have been through so much, so now it's time to like keep going. It is going to be like pretty much a lot is going to be happening throughout May. Just keep going, and also at the same time, do not forget to take the time out if you think that things are getting a little bit too much. Okay. So the next sign that I'm going to be having a special message for, it's going to be, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, 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 I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, 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 I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, 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 I'm sorry, my gorgeous Libra. So now this is a message for you, my gorgeous Libra. You know what? You're going to come across someone this month, and it's going to be really weird and strange, because your point this month is the fact that you're going to come across someone who is very narrow-minded. Now this is going to really kind of upset you in a certain way, because you're one of those signs who are born psychic. You understand so much what's going on, you know, in your life, what's going on outside of your life. You understand things from a completely different angle, from an elevated angle. And I said this millions of times, Libra, my gorgeous Libra, you're very kind of like when it comes to you being psychic, you're really, every single one of us is born psychic, of course, but then you have got something very, very special going on there, and you feel things, you sense things from a completely different angle, you know. So it doesn't take you long to kind of tune in order to get the most that you can actually get out of someone's vibration in terms of understanding and things like that. So you're very kind of powerful indeed. So that in itself makes you an open-minded. That in itself, even if you don't understand completely why would someone do something, you're still kind of type of people who are just going to, well, you're not going to bother about that too much. You don't understand, but it's fine. You just move on. As long as people don't do something bad to you, you're absolutely fine with them. If you don't understand certain people, you know, it doesn't really kind of upset you too much, or it doesn't require a certain response from you to kind of prove your point and things like that. You can nicely move on from them, and this is from that, and this is a really wonderful thing about the person, so about people. So my point is that you're gonna come across someone, you know, this month in May, who is very, very narrow-minded, and this narrow-mindedness is gonna play such an important decision, because this narrow-mindedness, it's really going to warn you of something in itself. That narrow-mindedness, it's going to be speaking in so many different ways. So it's not about that particular person like Tom, John, or Mary, or Vivian, or Lorraine, you know. It's not about that particular person being narrow-minded. No, baby, no. No, baby, no. It's about how you're gonna feel and what you're going to get out of it, and what you're going to become aware of, okay? What you're going to become aware of, what you're going to become aware of, and what you're going to become aware of. It's really important because it's going to open your mind even more. It's going to open your eyes even more. It's going to, like, few days later, after that moment in time, you are going to have a very important vision, like an idea, and that in itself, it's going to start the process of change, okay? That in itself, it starts going to start the process of change already, okay? So it's about an idea how you can start the process of change. But as soon as you focus on this is going to start the process of change almost immediately. By the time you get to the actual last 7 days of May, my goodness, my gorgeous Libra, by the time you get to the last 7 days of May, you are going to have a very kind of unusual opportunity, very, very unusual opportunity. And I say unusual because you're going to find it quite mind-blowing how you find this opportunity so interesting, how this opportunity suddenly means to you so much, how attractive this opportunity became to you, how delicious this opportunity suddenly became to you. My point is, if that opportunity came up, you know, to you, like just like about a month ago, or even a week ago, even like 2 months ago, you would be like, absolutely, you wouldn't feel anything about this. So this in itself, it's going to be your guiding light, but it's also going to be the like an absolute mind-blowing blessing and proof how much you actually changed, and how much this particular aspect of your life is needed in your life in order to make the next step. Okay, so this is very important. So you see, somebody's narrow-mindedness is going to be so beautiful here, because it is just connected to someone who is just meant to be there at that moment in time to play this specific role in terms of the energy, vibration, and how much you're going to open up, and what exactly you're going to be thinking after that moment in time. This is my Libra. Sorry, this is my Libras, what I'm talking about. And what you also need to remember, you know, that, you know, by the time you get to the actual last 3 days of May, this is so important, my gorgeous Libra. By the time you get to the last 3 days of May, this is the powerful revelation that I'm talking about. A certain aspect of your life, it's going to become obvious to you, impossible to ignore how attractive this is going to become. And then at the same time, you're still going to be like kind of like wondering. Just remember, please, it's all boiling down to the last 3 days of May. You have to release this energy. You have to release this vibration. You must trust yourself 1,000,000%, because this is going to be really kind of something unusual, but it's just really going to get you thinking. It's going to get you going in a very kind of, your mind is going to go into all sorts of places, and this is a very good sign. But also it means that 1,000,000% things needs to come out of you, because out of you, not someone else. Okay, so the last 3 days, I know that you're going to be kind of like really wondering and thinking, oh my God, I'm not too sure what to do. Just remember, my gorgeous Libra, follow your own good advice. Follow your own good advice, my gorgeous Libra. Trust yourself. You know what is best for you. Okay? So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpio. I was going to play with my beads, you know, but I haven't got my beads, so I'm just having invisible beads and I'm playing with them. Yes, you see, I've always have my beads. Now they're here, so I'm going to be playing with these, yeah. So now, sorry, the next sign is my gorgeous Scorpione. Where did you go, my gorgeous Scorpio? Scorpio, 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 Scorpione, 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 Scorpione. Scorpione, 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 raise your vibration, Scorpione, 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 Scorpione. My gorgeous Scorpione, apology, you know what I like. So now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Scorpione. It's like, oh my, let's see me going on my beads straight away. Oh my God, give me my beads back. Yeah, so now my gorgeous Scorpione is basically an idea like, oh my God. First of all, this month, you're gonna come across like some kind of like something that means to you so much, like you're going to come across, maybe you're going to kind of see some kind of ritual, or maybe you're going to be thinking about doing some kind of ritual. Maybe you're going to be kind of like maybe you're going to be inspired by something that is so spiritual and so like kind of important to you and so unique to you. So this also raises, you know, it reconnects us with us, but it's at the same time raises all sorts of like a very powerful and very kind of unique vibration and energy within us. So let me tell you, my gorgeous Scorpione, 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 Scorpione. Let me tell you, so it's basically, so this is because you're very powerful, you're very spiritual. So it's going to happen at a time when you either see the certain ritual and you're like, oh my God, look, she's lighting that candle, he's lighting that candle, they're dancing around the circle, yeah baby. And you're going to be Scorpione, Scorpione, Scorpione. No, like you're going to watch something and you're going to be like, oh my God, this is so cool. Or you're going to be walking somewhere and see something spiritual. It is just something that is going to trigger something within you. Or maybe you're going to even watch some kind of movie and then suddenly you see something like, I don't know, like you see some movie, something that you like, something, you know, I don't know, something that you really, really like, but it's pretty much so spiritual down those lines, you know, along those lines, that what you kind of believe in, what you focus on, something is going to be triggered within you. And once this is triggered, my gorgeous Scorpione, at this moment in time, everything is going to start changing. This is powerful, this is strong, this is significant. So it's going to start with you being inspired by something really spiritual. I know I keep on and on and on, I'm sorry, but this is the way it is. This is the way I do things, this is the way I channel things, yeah. But you know, anyway, so you're going to start with like, you're going to become aware of something rather spiritual, and that in itself, it's really going to become very captive in your eyes. But at the same time, this is going to like really bring something within you. Something is going to start opening up. Something is going to be triggered within in the best possible way. Very soon after that moment in time, you know, they're going to be numbers repeating 555. Sorry. Numbers repeating 555 or 55, or like even like a 444 and 333. Any combination of these numbers repeating, this is only going to make you aware of a very interesting opportunity that I'm talking about here. Very important, no opportunity, like the idea. This is how you're going to become aware of that idea. You will become aware of these numbers first that are going to repeating, and then after that moment in time, no long after, it's going to be like very important idea as well, which is going to come out of it. So this is where this is all going to start, because something is going to change at that moment in time. And maybe even you don't need to wait a few days. Maybe you will have the idea like almost immediately after you become aware of this this ritual, after if something is triggered within you. So it could be like straight away, like 5 minutes later at that moment in time. But maybe subconsciously you're not going to even be aware of it, but it's just going to jump out of you like a big mama when you least expect it. So it could happen straight away, but it could happen like a few days later when you get this idea. But if you didn't have this this experience, you wouldn't become aware of this idea. So this is something that is going to open you up. And it's also, you need to remember that this is also going to bring you important choices. But then again, it's all about a certain instigation that it's actually going to be followed after that moment in time. It's about you going to need to open yourself up in terms of the actual exploration, but also there is a certain instigation that is going to be connected to this like there is no tomorrow. So pay attention to these ideas, and pay attention to this instigation, and pay attention to the exploration as well, because it's going to require from you to do something that you've never done before, to experience something that you never experienced before. And by the time you get to the actual, you know, the last 8 days, this is the time when things are just going to speed up so much. The last 11 days in general, things are going to speed up for all of us, like, oh my God. But when it comes to you, the last 7 days, I would say, sorry, the last 7 days of May, it is also going to bring you a very kind of an opportunity, and that opportunity is something that it's completely going to surprise you. It's going to be mind-blowing moment in time, because that opportunity is like going to happen naturally and organically in your life, and it is going to be the natural progress when it comes to this particular idea and exploration and things like that. So you will see that what the revelation within the last 7 days are going to bring you. Very important here indeed. And you have to remember that sometimes we find things impossible because maybe we have been misguided, or maybe we have been surrounded by the wrong people and the wrong vibration and the wrong energy, quite toxic people and vampires, energy vampires can actually do this as well. So it's all about you understanding that, it's maybe subconsciously you thought that this was impossible. So you will see that impossible things are not really impossible. It's all about working through the actual disbeliefs, but at the same time, this is bringing you very, very fresh perspective on your life. The last 7 days are going to be connected to a very fresh perspective, which this is going to bring into your life. You need this change. You need this perspective. I say fresh perspective with a reason, because there is so much that is going to help you to understand the things that you didn't understand before, but it's at the same time going to help you to understand, to get to know something very, very interesting about yourself as well. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarius. Where are you? My gorgeous Sagittarini. Sagittarini, Sagittarini, Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagitterini, 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 Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagitterini, pam 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 pam. Pam param pam 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 parara pam para pam pa 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 pararam pam 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 param pam 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 tarara tan tara tara. Raise your vibration, Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagitterini. My gorgeous Sagitterini, you're gonna need to raise your vibration after I tell you what I'm gonna tell you. No, I'm joking. Yeah, you're gonna need to raise your vibration. No, I'm joking. So now, my gorgeous Sagitterini, this is a special message for you. So it's all about the actual this is fantastic. This is absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Sagitterini. This is the actual month of May. It's the time of development that you're going to see, you're going to feel, you're going to experience on a completely different level. Because this development, it's going to be coming from things that you have been working on, things that drain so much of your energy, but you also stayed true to yourself. So this is also going to be an ultimate reward for you, my gorgeous Sagitterini, in terms of development and in terms of exactly knowing what, after that moment in time, do you need to do, do you need to achieve in order to make and create the beginning of an ultimate change in your life. This is very important, my gorgeous Sagitterini, how things are going to happen one thing after another. It's all about your own improvement, development, and the promotion of your life. You're about to take your life on the next stage after this moment in time. So just remember, my gorgeous Sagitterini, it is all going to start with an outcome of of past effort. This is going to start the process of rebirth, because your life was pretty much so delayed very much, you know, over the last 24 months because of this. And this in itself, it's like within the next few days after that moment in time, you're going to be like really questioning yourself. You're really going to be wondering, because something is going to be scaring you, something is going to be slowing you down. Do not give your power away. You become more powerful when you do impossible, when what some other people would kind of think it's impossible, what some other people would think, oh, it's not the right thing to do. You know what I mean? You need to break through, you need to break free, and you need to really keep up with this. It is very important for you to understand that this in itself is going to require from you to listen to your intuition, but also to be aware of the fact that there is going to be an immense effort that you're going to need to put more towards this particular journey. And an immense effort that I'm talking about, it's going to reveal itself over the next 9 days in May. Over the 9 days in May, you will know exactly what immense effort I'm talking about. And the more energy you put towards this, the more you're going to get out of it, the more you're going to get success in the way that you want to get success at this moment in your time. So remember to trust your intuition, but also you need to remember that you are becoming braver. You are becoming braver. I know this sounds like, oh my God, so you're becoming braver. You will see within the last few days this May, why am I saying this? You know, you are going to become aware of this as well. You're going to become aware of your own resilience through this experience. You're going to become aware of your own resilience, but at the same time, you're growing stronger. You're growing stronger. You're growing stronger, and you are also going to be having a very fresh perspective. The last few days of May are bringing you the whole new fresh perspective on life. This is very, very important, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful my beautiful Capricornius. Where is it? Capricornius, Capricornius, raise your vibration. Capricornius, 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 pam 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 pam, 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 Capricornius, pam 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 pam. My gorgeous Capricornius, I hope you're raising your vibration, my gorgeous Capricornius. Listen to me very carefully. You know, you have been working for this for the last 12 months, very, very hard for the last 12 months in order to get to this specific point. You are about to have a very important message when it comes to the month of May, and this message is going to mean absolutely everything to you. It's going to mean to you so much, and it's also going to show how much you have actually achieved your life. You're going to understand so much that you didn't understand before, especially in terms of making the next step. Okay, so that important message that I'm talking about is going to be really good message, because it's to do with your own achievement, and it's also pretty much so to do with what you have been working on and wanting to achieve very immensely over the last 11 to 12 months. So this, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's very important, and this is going to mean to you so much as well. So that message that you are going to have, that information that you are going to have, it's really going to help you to have a control over the part of your life that brought so much weakness, over the part of your life that brought weakness. This is going to bring you really wonderful control over. So now, after this moment in time, everything is going to change. Just remember, you have been working on this very hard. You have been focusing on this very hard over the last 11 to 12 months. And now, for the first time after a while, you're going to feel this from a completely kind of elevated way, from a completely different angle. And this is purely because you have been prepared for this moment in time for a very, very long time. And you used your energy absolutely beautiful in order to have this achievement, because this is to do with your own achievement, but it's also to do with the moment in time when you will know exactly what the next step is going to be, and that even more so, it's going to be connected to you realizing, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, this is going to bring an ultimate change into your life. This is going to bring an ultimate change, but this is also connected to the beginnings, the first steps, you know, one step at a time. You know, you have to remember to be patient, but at the same time, you have to also remember to be pretty much so very determined and keep going no matter what. Just remember, my gorgeous Capricornius, so there is an important message that you are going to have, and this is like going to be connected to the outcome of past effort. An important outcome of the past effort, what you have been working on for the last 11 to 12 months very intensely. You wanted to make this happen, okay? So this in itself is going to be very good, because it's, you know, it's an outcome of a past effort. It's connected to your development, the promotion of your own life. Do you understand? Very, very important indeed. And that in itself, it's like, oh my God, just a feeling, just a moment. It's going to be absolutely everything. I've got my moments. It's going to be absolutely everything, but it's going to give you control over like the part of your life that brought you so much weakness, and you will know what this is. I'm telling you, because it was affecting you over the last 11 to 12 months. So almost immediately, this is going to bring you courage, strength, you know, a very, very powerful energy, very optimistic energy. It's to do with the determination. This is the best, you know, but that in itself, it's also going to kind of like put you like kind of almost, you're going to feel this action, and that action is going to happen at a time when you have so much confidence, and this is creating a very powerful combination of vibrations indeed. So just remember that, you know, this is going to lead towards you making a very, very important decision, a very important decision, my gorgeous Capricornians. This is going to be the life-changing decision, and the decision that I'm talking about, you know, this is going to get you going, but the decision that I'm talking about is pretty much so going to be very kind of, you're gonna be thinking about the decision. You're gonna make that decision from the 22nd of, in between the 22nd of May and the end of that month. In between the 22nd of May and the end of May, you are going to make an absolutely mind-blowing, huge, massive decision. And that decision, only if I'm going back to like about 6 or 7 months ago, you would be like, absolutely impossible, not going to happen, not going to happen. No, baby, trust yourself, trust your spirit, trust your soul, trust your light, and see where that gorgeous candle is actually going to take you. My gorgeous Capricornius, you know, shine bright like a candle. That's exactly what I want you to say. You are going to make through this. And this also means that you are going to make through this, that, you know, there are a few other elements that are still going to kind of like maybe try to trick you, you know, the very dark and negative vibration on the outside. You have to keep on ignoring, because it's going to almost something or someone is going to try to trick you into thinking, trick you. This is what the devilish energy does. Try to trick you into thinking that, you know, you can't do something that you want to do at this moment in time. No, baby, no. You do it. You keep going. You keep going no matter what. I said this millions of times. Sometimes your job, primarily your job, your spiritual job, is to swim against the current. Okay? Sometimes your only spiritual job is to swim against the current. as long as you know that you're doing the right thing, as long as you know that you're doing, like, you're making the best possible decision, as long as you know that you're doing what you want to do, not what somebody else wants you to do. So this is something you need to remember. This is going to help you also to come home to yourself. Very important, because suddenly you're going to be kind of focusing on which changes you want to make in your immediate environment. These are all very good signs. These are all very good signs that you're going to feel, and it also means that you are on the right path indeed. So just remember that you're still kind of going to be almost like kind of misled by some kind of darkness, whether you're going to read something, whether you're going to see something, whether you're going to be told something. No, baby, no. Make sure that you stay on your path. Make sure that you keep going forward, okay? No matter what. If they're like challenges, it doesn't matter. Just keep going. This is what I wanted to say, my gorgeous Capricornians. Very important indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Aquarius. My beautiful aquamarine is like, oh my lord, like May in general, it's going to be ridiculously busy. Very busy, like, oh my god, you're gonna be busy like never before. There is so much that is going to be going on, aquamarini. There is so much that is going to be happening, like, and you actually really, I know it sounds like, oh my god, no, you're going to be enjoying this, you're going to be loving this, you're going to love this so much, because you reach the full circle now. There is something very interesting going to happen in terms of change. You are going to realize like how much you've actually changed in the best possible way, how much you actually grew, how many like very interesting aspects of yourself grew, to the point where you're almost not going to be able to understand, you're almost not going to be able to believe how much you have actually changed. But this is all in the best possible way. In itself, this is going to be absolutely brilliant and very needed at this moment in time, to see certain things for what they are, and what these things are for what they are that I'm talking about. This is really going to become absolutely obvious to you, and it's going to be connected to the certain members like of your family and the people who are around you, the closest to you. On another hand, my gorgeous aquamarines, you are gonna have a moment. Your moment this month is when you become aware of your own achievement. You're gonna have some kind of information and news and message, and you will know, oh my god, so much is gonna start changing. It's like, oh my god, so you will know. But this is all coming down from you, through you, and through your hard work and things that you have been doing and focusing and trying to get to this moment in your life. So this is all gonna lead towards you becoming aware of the future opportunities ahead. Very important opportunities ahead, which are gonna be connected to like a coming events that you're gonna become aware of. And these coming events are also going to be very important for you to kind of like they're going to require, these coming events are going to require from you to be there. These events are going to require from you to be part of these events, because this is something to do with your passion, and and you have to go through this. You need to go through this. You need to throw yourself into this like kind of spiritual sea, because it's going to bring you all sorts of new opportunities later on. There is something very specific that you're going to learn about yourself as well, and that in itself, it's going to be some kind of something quite integral, especially when it comes to June and July indeed. But this is something that you need to do. So my gorgeous aquamarini, first of all, you're going to become aware of like, oh my god, it's so busy, and then you're going to get a message and news that is going to mean to you so much. It's to do with your personal achievement. And then not that long after you get this message in May, within the next few days later, you are basically going to become aware of an important future opportunities ahead. These future opportunities ahead are going to require from you to keep following your intuition, to do things in your own special, unique way, in the way that you want to do, nobody else. And it's also going to start the process at the same time of change. This process of change, it's going to really kind of like make you aware of the kind of like, the more choices that you're going to gain out of these future opportunities ahead. But it's all going to lead towards your own stability. By the time you get to the actual last 4 days in May, there are two very important choices that you're gonna have. There are two very important choices that you're gonna be having, and this is really going to be the time for you to wake up. This is my gorgeous aquamarini, your moment. Wake up, my gorgeous aquamarini, because this is your moment. Okay, so now The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Pisces. My gorgeous Piscelini, I love you so much. Bye, 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 Celine. Bye, 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 Celine. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 Celine. Bye, 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 Celine. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 Celine. Bye, 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 Celine. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 Celine. Bye, 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 Celine. Bye, 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 bye. My gorgeous Piscelini, raise your gorgeous little vibration. I love you so much, because something very good is going to happen to you in May 2022. My Lord, you know, your moment is going to happen, my gorgeous Piscelini, when it comes to the month of May. You know, it's all about the actual, you are really going to, first of all, you're gonna get a quite important message, and an important message that I'm talking about. It's going to help you to kind of open your eyes and see things for what they are. That in itself, it's going to really kind of make you to dig a little bit deeper. And when you find yourself digging a little bit deeper, when it comes to the part of your life that you're interested about, but it hasn't got too much to do with you, but you will still want to know a little bit more, because what you're going to find out is going to be really strange, it's going to be bizarre, a little bit ludicrous, and you will just want to find out a little bit more. Nothing to do with your life, but then again, you're just kind of like you're going towards the direction that you should be by just doing this process, by becoming the part of this process, by becoming like kind of aware of this, because being aware of this is going to help you to really become aware of the deception, and becoming aware of the deception is going to help you to kind of remove yourself from like energy vampires, and remove yourself like from the people and from things that you're listening and watching and paying attention to, that it's only been draining your energy without you even realizing. So it's important for you to understand that this is going to make you to kind of, when you hear this, when you become aware of this, my gorgeous Piscelini, this is going to require from you to kind of dig a little bit deeper, to find out a little bit more. And it's nothing to do with your personal life, but it's to do with something that you're not going to be able to believe that this is actually true, that this is maybe actually happening, you know. And then you will dig a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. And then you're going to find yourself like kind of becoming aware of the certain deception. And it's nothing to do with your life, like in general, it's nothing to do with the things in your life, but that deception is going to help you to kind of really make the best possible decision, which is going to be absolutely an ultimate decision that you could possibly make. So you have to understand that this is going to lead towards you, for number one, to follow your intuition 1,000,000% no matter what. Okay, and for two, it's going to make you understand, like few days later, you know, it's not going to happen almost immediately, but a few days later, after that moment in time, you're just going to find yourself on a little crossroads. But these babies are needed in your life, these crossroads, because these crossroads are also going to happen at a time when you are really benefiting from this very powerful vibration, because it is going to be very optimistic and positive energy around you, and that is going to make it to explore, okay, to explore, and at the same time to be really spontaneous, because the actual combination of energies are going to be perfect. This is all what's needed for you to actually feel that subconscious push in order to go forward. So I hope this is not too confusing. So first of all, you're going to find out information on the outside, and you're going to become aware of the deception, and you will want to avoid that deception. You will want to avoid that energy, because it's going to be absolutely obvious, you know, to you. Something is going to be absolutely obvious, and this is going to be brilliant, because it's going to get you thinking, it's going to get you going, it's going to get you to explore even more. And then when you find out even more, it's going to be like, oh my god, this is really like what it is, what you're going to find out. But then a few days later after that, you're going to find yourself on a crossroads. Otherwise you wouldn't find yourself on this wonderful crossroads. And these crossroads that I'm talking about are going to happen at a time when you will feel a very strong initiative already, you are gonna feel a very kind of powerful enthusiasm, and you will feel this need to explore. So this is something that is also gonna become like almost in itself like the beginning of an adventure, because it's gonna feel, you're gonna feel very elevated here, and only this positive energy and vibration is just like gonna, oh my god, it's just gonna help you to understand so much about yourself. On one hand, it's gonna bring a fresh perspective, but then on another hand, it's going to get you to know a very kind of new new Piscelini is about to come out, new Piscelini is about to be born. Hello my gorgeous Piscelini. Now this is really important indeed. So it's all about you finding yourself on a crossroads and feeling so enthusiastic and wanting to explore. Just remember, you will find yourself on a crossroads, you will want to explore, you're going to be so enthusiastic that you will go forward. Normally you wouldn't, but your enthusiasm, because of the energies, is going to take you here, and then you are going to become aware of like very, very interesting possibilities as well, unlimited possibilities, because it's all going to lead towards you kind of paying attention to something new. This is about to bring a brand new path into your life, my gorgeous Piscelini, and now it's time. This is very important. This brand new path, it's also going to require from you to be 100% yourself, trust your intuition, but it's also going to release so much of the negative control in your life. Just remember, it's going to need from you to kind of like really explore, but at the same time, this is the part of the right way. But by the end of the actual May, the last 10 days of May, just remember this, my gorgeous Piscelini, the last 10 days of May, something is going to be revealed to you. Something very important is going to be revealed to you within the last 10 days of May, you know, and that, as I said, you know, it's going to really you know, put you on the path where you will know that, you know, the only way to live this life, to live this journey, to make the most of it, is to actually believe yourself. You know, this is going to start the process of you releasing yourself from bondage, but at the same time, you know, it is kind of like going to start the process of you reaching towards your own enlightenment. And what does that mean? That means that you're going to become even more curious about certain things in life, and your curiosity, it's also going to be your strength. Pay attention to why do you feel so curious within the last 10 days in May, because your curiosity is going to take you somewhere very, very sacred. It's going to help you to understand who in the world are you, but it's also going to help you to understand how special you are, how powerful you are, and it's also going to kind of like a really you know, it's going to help you to understand, you know, exactly which development do you need to part of, what exactly next steps do you need to make, what next steps do you need to take. And these are going to be very, very interesting, because you're going to become aware of the fact also by the end of the May that, you know, the opportunity to do something that you thought that it's going to happen like in many, many months, you know, and this is going to happen much sooner, and this is going to happen much earlier. So it's something that you wanted to do for such a long time, but then again, you didn't expect it to happen so soon, so quick, you know, and this is when things are going to become very, very interesting for you, my gorgeous Piscelinis, indeed. You just have to trust yourself, and when you feel this urge like to explore, to investigate, just go for it. Just remember to like stay committed to the tasks at hand, but also you just stay grounded, stay centered, you know, as much as you possibly can. You are going to be having very, very interesting choices, but you need to remember that there is no need to fear whatsoever. You know, this is the right way, and you know, you're about to learn to create what you desire. Very important, my gorgeous Piscelini, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous peopleini. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.